Michael Lee Meredith, a 2003 graduate of Edmonson County High School. So at Brownsville Elementary School, I had two teachers who were really, really important in my growth and development growing up. Sue Sanders, who was my second and third grade teacher, and Miss Basil Darden. Sue and my grandmother were cousins, and when I was in the second and third grade, she taught me a lot about our family's genealogy and how our family's history intertwined with Edmonson County. I took an opportunity to serve as regional president for Future Business Leaders of America that year. And Jeannie Parsley was my advisor.
That whole year, every time we had a day off of school, a snow day, etc., Michael would get with us, and my husband would donate his day, and he would take us all over the state of Kentucky.
And we kind of traveled all over the state as part of the state officer team, participating in our local conferences, but also state, regional conferences all over Kentucky. And that was the first, I guess you'd say the first election I ever won, was running for that regional president's office.
Cousins are the childhood friends that you have forever. That encompasses what Michael is to me.
So I graduated from Western in 2007, and as soon as I graduated in May of 2007, I went to work full-time at the bank within a couple of weeks.
And his trajectory as a state representative is in fourth grade, you have to do a Kentucky notebook. And he won the Kentucky Notebook Challenge to be able to encompass all that is Kentucky and all the research. He always loved history.
I was very proud when Michael came to work at the bank. My grandfather, Luther Alexander, is also Michael's great-great-grandfather. He was one of the founders of Bank of Edmonson County in 1925. Michael is an excellent representative for the bank. At this point, he's a loan officer, commercial loan officer, and he has a lot of contacts. He does a good job, and he has a following of his clients.
Michael is always working on a deal, and Michael is someone that's a very, very effective communicator. And that's worked well for Michael, not only in his banking career, but also in his political career as well.
Michael has served as a city council member. He's been in the Lions Club, and he's just been very active in the community, and he's always present at any events that are going on.
Seen him out at the Lions Club at Fair Day, and he was always taking up tickets or armbands, or just always involved in the community. So
I got elected to the city council in 2008, and I got really actively involved in things that were going on here. I also took some trainings on how to be a better city official from the Kentucky League of Cities, and got to know other elected officials from around the state and people involved in the organization up there. At the same time, I was watching what was happening around our community, and I just didn't really feel like we had a very strong voice in Frankfort. It's also where I met my wife. Jamie, her family was a Republican family in that northern Warren County area, and I had known her brother for a long time. We had played sports against each other, ran track and played basketball against each other in high school, and had been friends. And I had asked her dad to host a fundraiser for me in that election. And so he did. He put Jamie on to putting kind of the fundraiser together.
I first met Michael in 2014. Coincidentally, one afternoon I sat down at my parents' kitchen table, and my dad said, "Hey, I met this guy today who is going to be our new state representative. He's the guy your brother knows." And I really didn't think that much of it. And he said, "His name's Michael Meredith. I offered to host a fundraiser for him, so you and your mom get on it."
And so we had a strong victory on that first election night for the State House. against a lot of long odds, and could not have done that, would have not been possible without the way that Edmonson County came out for me in that first election.
Well, I first met Michael in 2010 when he was running for state representative, and he won that election, was sworn in 2011, and I've been fortunate enough to have him as a colleague ever since.
I was able to work with my caucus to get the language put in the budget to get the $10 million.
I know how proud Michael is of the money that came to Edmonson County schools for their current renovation. The facilities are amazing. The
new vocational education wing and renovate the previous vocational wing at the high school. And that's something I'm really, really proud of in the early stages of my professional career in my life. But now, the biggest impact on my professional life and my personal life certainly come from my daughters.
Girls have grown up and all they've ever known is that daddy goes to Frankfort part of the time and stays here part of the time. So every morning they ask, Daddy, are you going to work at Frankfort or are you going to work at the bank? And they're delighted when he says he's going to work at the bank. For my girls, they make trips to Frankfort all the time to sit and rattle the gavel of the Speaker of the House.
And who is Michael Meredith?
My dad.
What are some of your favorite things to do with your dad?
Play Legos with him and probably dance in the basement with him.
What's your name?
Darby Meredith.
How old are you, Darby?
4.
And who is Michael Meredith?
He's my dad.
What are his jobs?
He takes us to Frankfurt with him.
My mom was a constant force in my life growing up, and she pushed me to do the best that I could at everything that I ever did, whether it was academics, whether it was athletics, whether it was getting started in politics. She pushed me to do my best and to work hard and devote my time and efforts to that.
He's a good listener. I think that comes directly from his mom. Peggy Meredith was a lady in this community who I was not fortunate enough to get to know, but I've heard from others who was a wonderful lady who was confident Michael Meredith hung the moon.
There is no award that I have ever received that means as much to me as this one does. And it's for multiple reasons. One, again, it's home. The people who made this decision are people who are my friends and my neighbors, many of them I have known my whole life, or they have known me their whole life.